say men want natural
Yeah, we'll
women,
bring you right
but
up after. But we got you, sister. Come on,
but
brother.
what
There
you
you
say
go. I'm
you
ready for
say
all the smoke. I ain't running from
no,
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 y'all.
not,
hold on,
no,
hold
you
on,
Scared
good,
of
late.
y'all.
We letting
let me
Thanos
let
get
me
it out. Come on, Thanos.
let me Pick me said that men want natural women,
I
but
said
last
men
time
said they want natural women. I can't
hold on,
speak for me.
hold on. Last time I checked, when we looked at the spendings by the black woman, over $1 billion on bullshit every year. All that. So I don't know what natural that they run around saying that they looking for, whatever the case may be. Because a few saying it does not represent the all that's spending. Okay, the second thing I want to say
What
this
they
here.
got to do with submission?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all got
Listen,
let him try to let him.
I'm not saying.
We here, y'all.
I'm just
Got cut off. We
addressing what
right
she
back.
said. She said that black men are saying that they like natural women, and I'm just and because I said out my mouth that black women over any and Porcelain put the stats in the comment. Black women over any race in the world here in America, black women in America over any race of women in the world spend more money on cosmetic bull crap than any other race that exists.
That's true.
Okay, so if black women spending billions of dollars out of their own pocket collectively on fakeness, garbage, wigs, weave, front lace, eyelashes look like 10 mailboxes on the house, and instead of keeping that community in it, keeping that money in their community, but get mad at other races because other races not putting the money in the community. Okay, that's on them with the reckless spending. So that's not natural. They doing it for a reason. And it's a reason why OnlyFans is $1 trillion industry. You know what I'm saying? So, but now, the other thing I wanted to say this here, hey, pick me. I'm just saying this here. If you is my wife and I am your husband, and I fall on hard times, what are you submitting to?
The submission has nothing to do with you uh, still working. That has nothing to do with it. I can still submit to you in a wheelchair and not working. It has
Oh, I
nothing
do.
to do with it.
Boom.
The
Okay.
submission is you being the leader. Just because you done fell on hard times does not mean that you're no longer my leader.
But
That has one
what
has
am I
nothing to do with
leading?
the other. I'm your helpmate. I'm getting ready to make it do what it do. Because I'm
Pick
your
Boom.
me.
helpmate.
Pick me. What am
Boom.
I leading? Pick me. What is a black man's leadership?
A
What
black
that consists of? Could you please describe to me what a black man leadership consists of?
at the end of the day, there has to be someone who's going to make a decision. Let's say I'm going to give some examples in a marriage. I want a new house. A lot of it is financial. We need to invest. What are we investing in, right? What are we doing to prepare for our future? What are we doing for generational wealth, right? He's leading that. He's leading that charge. Now, he may say to me, babe, can you do some research on such and such? I'm trying to figure out whether I should do this or whether we should do that. I may do that research, but he's leading the charge. Or he may say, I need you to take the head of this. I need you to manage this. Just because he's the head doesn't mean he's not listening to me and doesn't mean I don't bring value. But what
Excuse
it
me.
is he's navigating the direction that we're going because he's looking at the totality of what's happening.
Excuse me. Pick
Again,
me.
go ahead, Tone.
Okay, so one thing, post, please, when you get those highlights from that landslide, please post like crazy, like you always do. Please be in front of that
I'm
green
learning.
screen.
I appreciate that, Tone. I'm learning. I just
Please.
learned like today. I'm learning. Thank you,
Man,
man.
they gonna tag you, brother. That's gonna be some beautiful clips, bro. That's the Hall of Fame right there.
Thank you,
I
man.
wanna I wanna answer Thanos' question, Miss Pygmy. You know I rock with you. He said financially, and you went straight to buying a house. So let me make sure that you don't get boxed in. Thanos likes the box. We've been in this room. Thanos be boxing. So what a husband can lead besides financially is that emotional support and presence, my brother. He will still be a spiritual guide and leadership for her. He will still lead and be a partner in that decision making, and he can still grow and give her that personal growth. Just because you don't have the abundance of finance, don't mean that you're not a still leader. You understand? And the protection goes nowhere, bro. So I'm trying to understand what makes one less of a leader if you got a billion or 100,000 or 20,000? Can you
Okay.
answer that?
Okay. Now, first and foremost, Bro, I would love to be in any panel that you be in, cause bro, you like your perception on thing is not tunnel vision. Your perception on thing is, listen, we finna do this together. So let's do this together. So I respectfully, you know what I'm saying, appreciate your question. Me as a man, me as the man that I am, that I understand myself to be. I don't think when it comes to being a leader in your household has nothing to do with finances. Finances may play a part, but that's not the totality of a black man leadership. When women see, I think when women talks about providers compared to what we are naturally as providers, those are two different things. Because you and I both know, Tone, that when women speak about being provided for, it's materialistic, it's monetary, majority of the time. Because that's how we are valued about how much money I got. I have said this plenty of times on this panel. I have yet to see a woman on TikTok or any social media panel that's in love with somebody who currently works at Burger King, McDonald's, or Steak and Shake. I have not seen it. So that just goes, and Rakeem heard me say this before. That just goes to show you that they value that money more than they sitting up here talking about submission. Because you and I both know this, Tone, that if you pop out with 30, 40,000 cash around one of them, you know, they'll count every wrinkle on the Achilles tendon just to see what that 20, 30,000 feel like near them. A lot of them, not all of them, but a bunch of them. So that submission talk, that I think when it comes to leadership with the black man leading, first as a man himself, he got to familiarize himself with that leadership before it becomes a lesson he teach somebody that he somewhat in the process of learning. My leadership as a man, I got to familiarize myself with it first. I have to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of it. The power points, the tender points. I got to understand what that leadership represent and mean within me first, because I may meet a woman who lack the ability to understand what my leadership represent. And if she lack the ability to understand, do I bail on her? No, I must continue as a leader to try to help her understand where I'm coming from in the process of understanding where she is going at the same time. So as a man that comes from a woman, and as a man that was taught by a woman, that in a relationship there must be dualness, there must be oneness. It ain't no she gotta submit to me, I just lead. But why do she need to submit to me and I lead when she is the reason why I do everything? Tone,
What?
one thing I have learned as a man, I don't get up and do nothing for no man. I do things with men. I don't do nothing for man. I do things with men to provide and represent and love for my household. But what my woman do, the things that I don't do, she leads and I follow in that department. The things she don't do, she follow while I lead in that department. So it's dual. I told me and my woman, we had this conversation earlier. I don't want no submissive woman, because to me, a submissive woman, from what I have seen, are women who just tag along. Yes, whatever you say. Yes, yes. Okay, all right, whatever. I'm not saying this. I have no say so in that. That's what I have seen. I have not seen a woman who wasn't submissive get in a relationship, become submissive, and become a better person. I have not seen it. I have not seen it. I don't know why men saying that they're looking for something that's only in their head. And I don't know why. I don't know why men believe that the only way they could respect a black woman is if she understands submitting to him. When in reality, we need to submit to each other. If
Nope.
she is my purpose, she is worth it, she is my person, then guess what I need to do with that particular woman? I need to become one with her and understand all of her, because our black women in our community, I'm going to land and say this here, our black women in our community, they are not understood, they are not listened to, they are not heeded to, they are not hearkened to, and I'm telling you, man, we black men are the ones that's depriving them from being completely feminine, beautiful women in their own nature that we subject and submit ourselves to. We
This
doing
is
it.
crazy.
I want to say this. Hold on, Melanie, before you go. I want to say this to Thanos. While I agree with most of what you said, because I do agree with voice inside the relationship, but I do say my purpose is my purpose. You become the purpose for my purpose, because what I get from my purpose, I pour into you. But
Mm.
no matter what, my purpose is my purpose, and nothing will interrupt that at all, because I am not me without said purpose. Now, I will also say this. While there is departments, I'll be very simple with it, and not really discuss my own relationship. But I will say, in my relationship, nutrition, I have no voice in. That is her world, her department. I walk past that. Whatever she puts, she asks for my input, but her voice, and she is the leader in that. Protection, provision, and final decision. Like, even when we're looking about next location to live, I tell her the options that I'm looking at, and she starts looking at those. And then I make sure that the neighborhoods are secure, but she picks the home. I will make sure that it's in a safe location, but I pick the house, she makes it and picks the home. So I understand that. So again, it seems as if, as a man, the final decision is me, but the ultra input is her. I do not believe in happy wife, happy life. I believe happy us, or we shall combust. So I'm 100% with you with a lot of the ideology that you share. However, for me and my submissive woman, and me when I do submit to her as well, but the overall decision is made by me with a big thrust of her input. I'll land there.
Tone,
Mm.
who submits first, Tone?
What do you mean? In
Who's
a relationship?
who's gonna submit to who first?
She's going to submit to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And
But
that's my only point. Ain't
no,
nothing
no,
going no
but that
further.
doesn't negate everything I just said. I won't let one
No, no,
sentence negate
I'm
that.
with you.
All
I
right,
know exactly what
she's going to submit to me first, middle and last. Because if she brings me advice and I do the other thing, the unfortunate thing, I didn't listen to her voice, right? And she still will follow me because she decided to be that way. But I will go with what Thanos says. What I love is a woman that has her voice that says, "Look, I evaluated this based upon previous history or whatever, and I want to say this is what I think." And if
Right.
I go back in that conversation and say, I don't think that, and I'm gonna try this. It's not. We gonna do this. It's this is why, and then we make the decision. I go do it, and then I deal with the. She look. We get the success. I deal with the failure. That's leadership.
Right.
Mm.
So
See,
wait a minute.
and then
Hold
I
on.
got the smoke.
Mm.
Hold
I
on,
got the
Lake.
smoke for
Hold
saying
on,
that.
Lake. Hold on, Lake.
Mm. He
Thanos asked me
snapped.
a question. Hold on, and I never finished answering it. Tone took over. I kind of to kind of go into it a little deeper. But Thanos said to me, he asked me about women spending so much money on cosmetics and wigs and all of that stuff, right, Thanos?
Yes,
Did I
ma'am.
mention that? I don't understand. I think Tone mentioned this. What one that has to do with submission, and what does that have to do with men? Because women, from their own mouths, say they don't do it for men. This is what women are saying. Women say they do it for themselves. So whose fault is it that women are spending all of that money on beautifying in their minds themselves in a way that men have told them they don't like?
Yeah.
That to me is another form of not taking accountability. That is another form of not listening. And it has nothing to do with men who are telling you we don't like that. And I think Jillian mentioned that men go around putting likes, saying they like it, but then they say they don't want the natural. We as women get mixed up with who they marry and who they're looking at on the internet. Just because they're looking at someone and gives it a like, that doesn't mean they want to marry that person. Who a man marries is something totally different. Men are saying they want natural. So to answer your question, Thanos, Women spending money on all of that stuff to beautify in their minds themselves, it ain't working because men want you natural and women aren't listening.
It's trauma spending.
Hey, Pygmy, you know what? I'm glad you said that because it brought clarity to me. You're right, but I was just speaking about the natural parts that we have so much of our black women in our community. They spending all of that money on that garbage,
Yes.
and then they turn. But I'm gonna say this to you. You know, Pygmy. You know what I'm finna say is nothing but the truth. They do that because they know that's what a lot of ignorant, unnurtured, immature, grown-minded men look for.
So
Because
what does that say about them if they're trying to entice ignorant, child-like men or whatever what does that say about those women then?
okay. This is what it says about the women. It says the same thing about them that it says about the men. But
Thank you.
at the same time, we got to take this in consideration as well. We have to take this part in consideration as well. I understand where you come from, Miss Pickney, and you and Melanin and all the original queens on this panel. Y'all,
okay. Oh, it's USB drive. Okay, got you. So what's the difference?
It's
USB drive. Okay, got you. So what's the difference between the X?
huh?
Uh-oh.
Okay. This is what I learned. How you guys address issues, y'all are not biased. Y'all don't pick a side. Right is right and right is right. Ain't no right is right, wrong is wrong. Is right is right, right is right. I'm saying this here. In a lot of these cases, we have to look at what these men are telling these women to do in order for these women to be embraced or accepted.
Thank
I
you.
understand that it's a choice. I understand that
What men are telling women to go get BBL?
Thank you.
What
This
men
is
are telling women
crazy.
to wear their nails to 16 inches long? What
Nobody.
men are telling women to get
Okay.
24 inches and wear wigs?
Nobody.
What man is saying that?
Hold on. Okay,
Nobody.
listen. I'm finna tell you. All you have to do is look at what they put out there for the world to see.
No. That's not cool.
Yes.
No,
Because
this
if you go on Instagram right now, Melanie, if you got it, you go on any social media platform and you look at any video of a woman with a pound of makeup over here, 16 inches of lace front, tight
So,
legs, cheeks up. If you go to her comment section, if you go to her activity section, 95% of the responders are men liking, hearting. Yes,
Thank
you
you.
look good. You look good.
who,
But they
who
told her
cares?
to go
Who
do it.
cares?
They told
But
her to
who
go do
cares?
it. They told her to go do it.
Pick that part don't even matter because
Yeah.
there's those of us that see we don't care about that girl getting all them likes, about them nails, that fake hair, them lashes, that foundation. There's girls out here that don't care. You think I've ever looked at any of those girls and wanted to go do any of that? So
That's you.
stop it.
That's
If
you.
you,
That's
if you
you. That's
care,
not them.
first of all, it's an attention problem, okay? Because you shouldn't care about being desired by all men. Okay, so what you're comparing the situation to doesn't even make sense because
It make perfect
those
sense.
women have a problem. You trying to appeal to every man when that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay. So hey Melanie, check this out, Melanie. You got one lady. She wants to be liked. She wants to be, listen, Melanie, you have seen, and I know you have. Melanie, you got one lady, she wants to be liked. She wants to be looked upon. She wants this. So guess what she do? With the people and the amount of attention that she sees another woman getting, she sees why she's getting it. So guess what she do? She copies it. And when she copies it, guess what happens? Then she become a product of what she's seen in order to get the attention.
But whose fault is
So
that?
that means she's a problem.
I'm finna land my plane to say this. I'm finna land my plane because Lake wanted to say something. I'm finna land my plane and pick me. What I'm finna. This is something that you always preached about on this panel. When women get on these platforms, women are not saying that they looking for a man with a personality, good demeanor, mental put together, his spirit good, his walk good, da da da. These women are not promoting the things that makes the man great. They promoting what they seek, which is outwardly. Do he got this? Do he got that? Not who he is as a man. What can he provide and give to make them look like functional mannequins? We as a man, what can he provide and give to make them look like functional mannequins? We don't
about girls that don't get wifed. These are not wives that you are talking about.
Yes, they
So
are. They get wise. You see what happened to Dwight Howard? What that is?
They getting wived and they getting divorced. Okay, these are not the girls that we are talking about. Why are we giving them so much attention? Don't nobody care about these fake ass girls with this fake ass hair and these lashes and nails and stuff. If she that insecure, that she don't love herself, that she don't like her natural features over men, she got a bigger problem. And she ain't good for no man to begin with. Go ahead, y'all.
I'm just saying. With
And no matter how much the economy go up and down, makeup does not never take a hit.
So Snatch, men are telling women to do this?
No.
No, we always bring up these people that are everyday people. We bring up people that are everyday people.
We talking about Hugh Hefner that had a whorehouse.
Yeah, but is that majority of us?
so
What's the
makes my
point?
point.
Men tell women to go have BBLs. Men tell women to go.
Yes.
Men are
No,
telling women that.
no,
That's why all these women are doing that.
Yeah.
people that make Victoria's Secret,
come on now.
the men that are making Victoria's Secret and things for women are secretly GAY. First of all,
No, they not.
okay. Yes,
No, they not. They say that. You don't know that.
whatever I can say whatever I want, and y'all can just
Right.
not agree. So I said what I said, okay? Because the type of men that I'm talking about, they don't want to make female products and all of this female stuff. I'm not even thinking about the men that's caring about making a Victoria's Secret line. Like Hugh Hefner, he had a house full of whores. What are we talking about right now? No, you talking about somebody that had a house full of women doing things. He's like a pimp. Is that what we making him be the standard of man? Hugh Hefner?
No, but men have been
So why are
PIMPs
we
for a
using him
long
as an
time.
example for this conversation?
Men have been pimping for a long, long time.
But Snatch, I agree with you because there are men out here who finance BBLs. They
Hell
finance
yeah.
their women getting their
Because
breasts
she
done.
wants it.
They
Because she
finance
wants
them
All
getting their
day.
hair done. They
No,
finance
I
them
don't
getting
have
their
to
nails
What?
and getting pedicures. They
He-
finance it all.
Didn't-
Well,
didn't- didn't work-
I worked in the
didn't work in
medical field,
everything.
and I worked in the medical field, and you know what men do? Men are doctors and stuff, so men actually acknowledge females to go get a C-section to do different things because you know why? It's gonna bring him money. So that's another thing you gotta look at too. So you got two sides of the story.
Y'all
Thank
ain't
you.
know that.
Got women doing things to
Y'all
lace
ain't
their
know
own
that.
pocket because they know women are
Melanin,
insecure and
drop
hate
me.
themselves.
Melanin, drop me and let somebody else come up and talk.
Okay. They
Yes,
know
but
women hate themselves and they
that's
play on
true.
y'all emotions and have y'all doing a whole bunch of stuff you don't need to do for a man's attention. A man that after you do all that, you still not even fun to get his attention. You're a play toy. He not marrying you.
Okay.
Men
and
and women
Look,
dislike
I'm not saying that
themselves.
you're
for
talking. I'm
Men,
not saying that you're talking about me specifically, so don't take it
yeah.
that way. You know,
no,
but I know for a fact that I can go outside with.
Oh, she must got a call. Did you
I
get a
can go
call?
outside for sure with some with a bonnet on and some PJs, and I'm gonna pull. I could pull a bag of bees and a bucket of H's any day. I know I don't have to put that. I don't have to put on makeup or do the extra stuff to do nothing.
See what I'm saying?
I know just my aura, just my vibe, just my confidence, the way I walk, it's the swag in my hips, the way I talk, that I'm gonna pull whatever I want.
Okay, Jill. Scott, come on in.
So
but can I
Okay.
say something for late? Um,
yeah, I was waiting on the
all
smoke, bro.
okay. I
I'm
want to.
for the shit, so let's go.
I well, I really want to talk about accountability, and I'm not really blaming the females, but the conversation is about the women. But I know men do lead females to the demise. But I know, and I know everybody in this panel know, females knew or know the men that she really needs to be submissive to. But they choose other men that's not gonna put that ring on their finger. If you watch a Tyler Perry movies, he always displays this in every movie. The female be with the man that who is willing to sacrifice everything, willing to eat the bread and the crackers just to make his wife happy. And then guess what? She lusts for something else. And the person she lusting for is not given the same type of attention or love that this man that she's with or she's married to, the same type of submissive to. And guess what? They always come running back because the person they're running to is not putting that ring on their finger. So this is
Mm.
what I'm saying. It have to have accountability for these females. The females holds the key to the kingdom. Just like
So
Tone said. Tone said the female gonna be submissive to him
so we talking about
first.
we talking about majority or we talking about minority? What we talking about?
I'm just talking in general.
No,
There's a
no, we can't.
this a
I'm saying
general
because
statement or
okay,
minorities,
I got that. So
but
I'm
I
willing
would
to say
say
the
this
smoke.
most females does it. I'm not gonna say minimum. Most females chooses men that is not gonna put the ring on their finger.
Okay, so we can talk
And
about that, or we can talk about what I was talking about was the minority. What I'm
yeah,
saying to you is that a lot of women you got a lot of good women that's waiting on good men because they outnumber us. Is that correct?
definitely.
Okay, so you have the men that everybody is jockeying for. Is you got the male masculine man that has his thing together, and whatever case may be, and they're coming after that man. But you have a lot of men out here, imposters, because our women do want to be married. Our women do want a husband. Our women want to be in companionship with men. And some men ain't got it ain't doing what they supposed to do neither. If we the head, bro, if we the head and we supposed to be this type of force that was supposed to be reckoned with, then why are we not being looked at too? Why are we
You,
not being looked at when we the ones that's supposed to be the dictators of what's going on? If she, whether she be submissive or not, well, there's a leadership role that we are given, and everybody are not leaders, and some people are work in progress with their leadership, depending on just depending on what you have done in your life and how you was raised. So you can't say that every man is a leader. So let's talk about the minority of men that are leaders. So if we
that,
talk about, we can generalize like you just did. I can talk about the majority of men who suck, or I can talk about the minority of men who got their shit together. Which way you want to go? Because there's a consequence to each one. But we can't keep blaming women and saying that women are not, they're supposed to automatically do this when they being ran into the ground. So don't get me wrong, that woman not supposed to keep sitting there and get ran in the ground. And I do understand she's supposed to vet this man before she, give her smacks or give her whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you now, also that every man ain't up here or doing what they're supposed to do, but they still want that power and that rite of passage to be so-called a leader.
no,
If you
I
don't,
agree.
okay, so if we agree with that,
I
do
agree.
you
No, I agree
understand?
with that part. I
Do
agree with
you?
that part. But
So
what
you
I'm
do what?
telling you
Okay,
is, that now in this society, I understand what you're saying. And a man have to show his work. Like Madeline said, he gotta go and show that he's grinding, doing everything. Like Tone said, she's gonna submit to him because he know when he make his decision, he's in power, but he's also giving back the same type of submission. He's also healing, he's also nurturing, and he's also hearing what she gotta say. And then two, submission is a spiritual bond. When a woman is really submitted to a man, she is actually in a spiritual bond with this man. It doesn't take money, like everybody just said. It doesn't take money, it doesn't take anything to do. The
All,
leadership will
all,
be there for the man.
all submission is spiritual guidance. The woman needs guidance. That's what's going on. She just needs guidance because women don't make good decisions, just like a lot of men don't make. But the man is empowered to. The man's at the head to give her spiritual guidance. So at the end of the day, that's why you want a submissive woman because she's coachable. She is agreeable. She is not rebellious. So that's why you have a woman that goes out and become a boss. She has the opposite of those traits I just named. You can have a woman showing up in her femininity to be submissive, but if she don't have the right leader, some men don't even know who they are until they got the right woman by their side, bro. So at the end of the day, at the very, very end of the day, if you want to be right, you got to show up right. I understand what you said about accountability when it comes to women, but I'm more hard on the men because the men have a bigger task than they do. So I can't keep getting at them when I have to look at me or I have to look at my brethren, beloved. So I have to make sure that they doing what they supposed to do before we can get the keys to the kingdom about leading. Don't you understand that even something small, like if me and you in the car, riding in the car, and you on the passenger side, don't you understand that your life is in my hands? If I can't drive or whatever the case may be, aren't you gonna tell me to stop and pull over? Either you're gonna get out or you're gonna say, let me drive. You ain't gonna just sit there and let me kill you, correct?
Correct.
So at the
Okay.
end of the day,
On a live, by the way. Put fruits in the chat.
at the end of the day, there has to be some accountability on the woman part. True enough, but that man has to be equipped to be able to take on the task of leading the woman and them kids, bro, and be able to make stuff happen when he has adversity against him. So the man has a bigger role. I understand that the woman that needs to be that, but you have to look at the man first. He was here first. God has placed a bigger task. We do all the heavy lifting, so the man has to be straight, man. He got
Link.
to be.
But
Go ahead,
Link,
go ahead.
who's supposed to be looking at the man?
What you mean?
Who you said we gotta look at the man, like what he doing and all of that. Who's supposed to be doing this for the man?
The man's supposed to be doing this for the man.
Okay. So why are we giving women so much power? Like the
We're
way I
not.
feel a
We're
lot
not.
what you saying.
We're
I
not.
feel a lot what you saying, but for me, you guys are missing that she's supposed to be taught to be submissive in the home with her father. It's not supposed to be this type of battle.
I understand
She's
it. So you're
supposed to
speaking
learn
for a
this under the
minority of
covering of
women.
her father. So why are we giving excuses for this type of behavior for those women that probably were fatherless
Like,
that didn't get these type of gems? Why are we
okay.
leaving room for their bad behavior to be excused
So
because they didn't
again,
have their
so
daddy
again,
because of
so
their mama more than likely?
so again, I'm asking you: are we talking about the majority, or are we talking about the minority? Because if we
I
talk
like
about the
majority. I don't
okay,
want to
then
talk about the minority that's already
okay,
doing what they're supposed to be
well
doing.
then never mind. Then you have a valid argument then. Because what I was talking about was the minority. But if you talking
Okay,
about the
touche.
majority, then touche.
Okay, I respect that. So this was great. We're gonna take a quick intermission. Y'all tap the screen. We have two new voices on panel. I don't know how to say your name, sir. T.S. Conga? Conga? Are you there?
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Conga.
You can just say Rock.
Okay, Rock, it's your turn to speak.
I was getting set up in my situation. Can somebody else go before me? Can I come in after?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Zim Barbie.
don't know. My sister invited me up. She speed dialed me up here. So I'm trying to get a flow of what the topic is about. Can you give me the rundown real quick?
Um, are women naturally submissive, conditioned by society, or
No.
selectively cooperative?
Women are not naturally submissive. Women are naturally survivalists. They have to first be under the leadership of father and understand to know how to be a daughter, and in being a daughter they know how to be wives. Without that structure, mindset, or concept, nothing works. Because women don't respect what they never had. So if their proximity to masculinity is only 1/3 or 1/4 of the diaspora of masculinity or connection there thus far, they will not adapt to a mindset to see the beauty in submitting. So no, women are naturally submissive. They're naturally selective. They're going to pick the one they think that looks like masculinity, but a lot of women don't know what is masculinity and how to use it to their advantage or to use it to their best self. They're raised up in competition to and not in completion of, and that's the problem. When they go out in the world, they're competing with men. So when they get old enough to date or be in relationships with them, it becomes a competition. You're a man, you're supposed to sit above me and take care of me like I'm a daughter, take care of me like I'm a daughter. But a man is because they never had providership in their life in the first place, or their father their position and spoil them to the point that they think all men should operate that way, and that's the furthest from the truth. So no, women aren't naturally submissive. They're selectively cooperative or submissive. They're only going to submit to what takes care of them and be in the environment in a space and only which they feel safe in. But if the avenue of being unsafe is there, they will not submit. They will fight back. That is the natural instinct of a woman. Some do it with kindness and some do it with assertiveness. It just or aggressiveness. It just depends on how they were raised. But grooming is absolutely what is necessary. And when I talk about grooming, let's get out of the Me Too mindset of that word. We're talking about a father introducing what a woman should be treated like in society and what she should expect from masculinity by watching the father and mother's interactions in the home. So even if she's in an unhealthy home where the father is not properly doing for the woman and the woman is not properly producing in the household, the child still can grow up to be not so submissive. So submissiveness in femininity is subjective, and it's only subjective to that which it benefits from. So women are looking for benefit, men are looking for completion. And until they get that understanding down, nothing else they say matters. I will never, you got to understand, I'm a woman. I'm near 50. Old school, traditional. I would never submit to anything that doesn't work well in my life. And my father taught me that. I'm father led and bred, my single father. So I can't be with someone who can't come up with solutions. I can't be in a relationship with somebody who create problems. So if you're a problematic man, there's nothing you can teach me because I'll spend my whole life solving problems for you instead of living life with you. And I don't want that responsibility because I'm not your parent. So you need to be able to be a problem solver. You need to be able to be a subjective human. You need to be able to deny the world and work inside of that home. We need to be able to do those things together. So if you don't know how to complete, then you'll spend your whole life competing because you want the baddest human on the baddest earth. You want that 6'5", six-figure dude who internally doesn't know how to be a husband or a father. And that's the weird part. So yeah, we pick based on looks, which is physiological, but we don't pick based on character. And that's where we fail as women. I'll say it like that, but we are subjective. Thank you for letting me talk. I
So,
appreciate it.
so,
Miss
so,
Zen, but hold on,
Please,
Lake. Hold on, Lake. Hold on, Lake. Everybody wait. Everybody wait. Everybody wait. Because Ron has to go. I knew what y'all were gonna do. Ron has to go. So
Yes,
I know
sir.
it. Hold it, please.
who has to
Ra,
go?
he has not went
Oh,
yet. I knew it was gonna light up them boxes because she cooked so much. They ain't nothing to
Yes,
be hungry
sir.
ever again. Go ahead, Ra. Go ahead, Ra.
that's what I'm saying.
All right. So
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Are you ready?
I won't. I won't
Okay.
be. I won't be long at all. I just basically she pretty much captured everything that I was going to say, and I do. I agree with I agree with her 100%, and I'll go ahead and let my plane with that.
Like I said,
Yes.
when I was talking earlier, she is the minority. So she just told you out her mouth that she is not gonna let a man submit to she's not gonna submit to no man if he ain't got proper leadership. That's exactly what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
that
Okay,
doesn't
let me
mean
talk to
that
him,
doesn't mean
Melanin. Melanin, let me talk to him. Go ahead, like,
No,
please.
no, 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 no. I
Okay,
was just making a point because when I was speaking for the minority. We already
okay.
know what the majority do. So, but everybody is speaking in different terms. Most likely, she was speaking for the majority, and I was speaking for the minority. But most the women that's like she said, been raised by her father and raised a
Hmm.
certain way, are not gonna put up with a man who doesn't lead correctly. In order for her to be with that man, he has to show some serious leadership traits for her to say, okay, I'll be submissive to him.
No,
Is
no,
what I'm
that's
Here's
not what she said.
the
Hold on,
thing.
Melanin, please, one moment. That is not what she said at all.
We-
What she described is her submission style. She didn't even say when she would ever give up her submission is. She never is her submission style. She didn't even say when she would ever give up her submission is. She never said that's what you heard to make your point, but
mm,
she never said that. What she actually was describing was a style of submission that she is. Now,
yes.
I will say this. What happens is, whether it's majority, minority, or all authority, what happens is this: when men say they want submission, they've lost the battle already. Because if you are a leader, you don't have to tell one to submit or bend a knee to you. You will
correct.
show up, and it will be
Mm,
understood.
snap,
When women say I won't submit,
snap,
there's no
brother.
further conversation to have. Move on if you
Thank
are a leader.
you.
If you know you cannot lead someone, why waste your time, Mr. Leader? So what she just described and didn't share any other details about when she will or won't do it. She described a style that is abundant and will work. And she did not say that she wouldn't vet, and she did not say the man would not be accountable, because her words were complete. A
Thank
man's
you.
desire is to complete, to be in to complete things. So if a man ain't ready to complete, there's nothing to compete. So women shouldn't choose him when he selects her. That's what I heard from her.
But that's the
Thank
same.
you.
But that's the same thing I just said, though.
No, you
No,
said a
it's
bunch of
not.
nothing. Like,
No,
I
it
gotta
ain't.
Bro,
disagree. I gotta
but
disagree with you.
I
And I
just
know you like smoke, but I'm a fireman. We can do
no,
that too.
no, no. I'm just saying, and we can.
Yes, sir.
What I said in the whole thing that I was basically saying, I was basically saying that we could not put all of that on the woman as far as the leadership was concerned. What she just said is basically saying the same thing I was saying before that we got clicked off. Is that bottom line? That man got to show up a certain way to be able
No,
to
but
do that. So
just I just gotta interject real quick. But she's already submissive. She embodies it. But whether or
he
not,
just said she didn't say that.
what do you she don't gotta say it. That's what you're not listening to.
I,
She don't gotta say
I'm
it.
saying, well, I'm just saying for the verbiage part of the conversation. Basically, what she just said, if that man show up right and he's maybe to lead like he's supposed to, like the gentleman just said, if he lead like he's supposed to, it ain't nothing to talk about. That's exactly what she just said. But she just basically also said if he cannot make decisions, if he cannot do certain things, she is not going there with him at all too. So she's
Yes,
But
she's
basically,
that
not gonna
doesn't negate
submit to.
submission,
She's
though.
not
That
gonna
so
I didn't
submit
say
to
that. What
No,
him.
I'm
no,
saying is, but what I'm
what you're missing the point is this, because the subject is today is submission. She never said that. See, what happens in these rooms, and it's not towards you, my brother. What happens in these rooms is when people are saying, "I choose when I submit or not," and that's a great point that you're breaking down, like, "Hey, this and that." But with this example of Miss Zen Barbie, what she said was the style and the ambiance and the femininity and everything of her submission. But she didn't say, I would withhold it if it's not his man. You are right. If it's not her leader, he won't even get an opportunity to know what her hair smelled like, bro. That's
Hmm.
what I heard.
But
I
you
heard
don't
the
need to
same
be a
thing.
leader to know
I heard
that.
the same. I heard the
Nowadays,
But
you
same
that's
don't.
thing.
submissive. That doesn't mean that she's still being submissive by not putting herself in situations that won't suit her is a form of submission.
I just said. I just said that. I said that
Yeah.
if she sees something that she doesn't want, she will not do that. I'm saying the exact same thing.
May I
So
speak?
Okay.
if she see it,
Let her, she can say for herself. Like, let's hear from Zen. And if she's heard us speak, let's hear what she says about it.
How you doing? I lead. My personal submission style is fidelity and allegiance. My submission style is not respect and loyalty because those things can be bought and sold and traded. That's too transactional for me. So if you look up the word fidelity and you look up the word allegiance, there is nothing my husband cannot tell me that I don't trust because I'm not walking behind him, I'm walking beside him. So if I'm walking behind him, I can't see what's going on and I'm always going to be anxious. But if I walk beside him and I see what he sees, my discernment will kick in and I will automatically understand what that is. So y'all are too busy trying to pick women to walk behind you that you don't realize her best asset is her intuition and her discernment. And when she walks beside you, she can see things for what they are. She can futurescape. That's the problem with a lot of
Yeah.
brothers is y'all don't want to walk beside. Y'all got to understand we were taking out your rib, not your foot bone. So it's not your job to put your foot on our neck. It's your job to stand beside us, hold our hand. And when you say, babe, let's leave this party, I'm not going to question or guess whether you ask me why to leave the party. I'm going to trust your discernment as my husband and my intuition that you see danger in a way I don't. So I'm going to walk with you out that door. I'm not going to give you lip. If you tell me, babe, go get in the car, I'm going to get my butt in the car because your spirit of discernment as a man is going to tell me there's danger ahead. And if it's my personal job to be safe and I know you're my husband, that means I trust you with my safety. What I said was women are selective cooperative or selective submissive to what is safe. Men are looking for completion. Women are looking for safety with you. So why would I be in a home with a man I don't feel safe with? And I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially safe. If you create problems, why in the world would I step in your world to solve them? I'm your mother. If I'm in your life solving all your problems that you haven't solved as an adult male, I am your mother, and that's not the position I want to play in your life. I am your partner. It is my job to stand
That's
beside
what
you.
I'm
It-
just saying. She said the
Watch
same
me,
thing I'm
son.
saying.
It's my job to stand beside you and be with you, but also respect you
I
when you
agree.
say, let's go. That's
I
it.
agree. I
There you
agree.
go.
She's saying basically what
Shoot,
I'm
I'm with you,
hearing.
Lake. I'm with you.
Basically, what I'm hearing from her is I need a leader. Before I do anything, he has to have these qualifications. Once he has these qualifications, she just basically said, I'm gonna do exactly what needs to be done when he tells me to do something.
Yeah, I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. And
Listen,
so you have
listen.
to
There's
look
no
at the
pushback
men
from me.
first.
There's no pushback, Lake. I'm with
So
you.
so
No,
the
Hey,
men,
Lake,
the
Lake.
Lake,
men,
Lake, Lake, can you add this to your next time in the room like this? 'Cause I'm with you because I'm learning as we hear. Miss Zen, you opened up and said something that women are naturally at the beginning. Can you repeat that so me and Lake can take that information and grow from it?
Women are not naturally submissive, they're naturally selective.
Can we stop?
Oh,
Can we stop right there, Lake?
Yes.
That's the message we need to take with us.
bro,
Because
I
that's what you're
already,
saying. That's what.
that's
yes,
Listen,
that
I'm not
baby
arguing
yes,
with you.
there.
yes.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
with
I'm not
you.
arguing.
I'm with
That's
you.
that
But
baby
listen,
there.
that sentence right there will stop anybody from coming back and forth because we can defend that. That is the ultimate truth she just said, and we know it
I
as
feel
men.
I feel you.
Hey,
I understand
hey,
what you're
But
trying
that's
Tone.
to
what I was
say.
telling Lake
Hey,
earlier.
Tone.
A
You're not
woman
offended by
submits to
that
who
Hey,
because
she
you're
Tone.
wants to
Christian.
be with.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Hold
Yes, sir,
on,
Mr.
hold on,
I was
hey,
Thanos.
telling Lake
hey.
hold
earlier.
on.
If
Time
you
out,
paid
time
attention,
out, time out, time out, time out. We have a new voice on panel.
Yes,
Right after
Thanos.
she
I'll wait for
goes,
this after the voice. I'll hear you, Thanos.
yeah, right after the new voice goes, it's back to open
But
panel. Go ahead,
I want to say
Pastor.
something too.
Okay, open
First
panel
of
right after
all,
her.
hello to everybody. Honestly, Melanin, I don't have nothing to say after Zen Barbie and Lake. I'm I'm standing 10 toes down. You understand me? I am good. I want to get the look. I want to hear the open mics. But Zen Barbie, when I tell you there is enough to be said, Lake. When I tell you you represented, I understood every single thing you said, how you said it, and from the passion in which you speak. Thanos, you already know how I feel about you. Here's what I believe. I believe at the end of the day, it is our job to understand each other. I am not an island. I don't want to be an island. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Women, and you get offended, men get offended, whomever, right? At the end of the day, I don't need you to be me. I don't need anyone to be, I don't need you to be me. I need you to let me be. And you be the
Her connection
best.
bad, or is that everybody?
yes,
No, that's
It's
happening.
her.
Y'all can hear me? Pastor, your phone was
Is
going
my
out.
poor, somebody say T-Mobile, don't do me right. But I'm in the airport too. I'm always in the airport. If but if you're raised by a dad, and I was, my dad raised me different. My dad raised me with a voice. I find that over my younger years, I used to always have to say, my dad raised me with a voice. Get over it. Being a preacher. having a pastor in front of my name. Now, I didn't do any of this. I didn't ordain myself. I got ordained, right? That's always an issue. I am done bending. And tonight's panel proves to me that we can walk away and agree, disagree, and be okay with. I think it was Jillian, you said, listen to Melanin, you said, listen, I don't agree with you. And guess what? It's okay. And the way we stand down, that's how grown folk do things, right? At the end of the day, my rendition of submission is scriptural. I don't do it the way the world says do it, because I find it a little off that people that don't go to church don't love the Lord, period, always talking about submission. But okay,
Mm,
we can get over that too. We can get over that too.
mm.
At the end of the day, because I believe submission is, I'm going to add on to what Zen Barbie and also Lake said. And I said I wasn't going to say nothing, right? But I am. I'm going to add on to what Zen Barbie and Lake said. And I'm going to say submission is also consideration. It is intentional. It means that, look, and look, you can't do the submission without love covering a multitude of faults. See, if you're going to be grown and be real grown, hey, watch this. And I don't expect, I'm going to say this, I know I'm going to get rocked, but it's okay. I don't expect men should not expect a woman who's going out for coffee. I've been saying this the last couple of weeks to submit to him. What he needs to do is he needs to present. I think Zimbabwe, you agree with me. He needs to present. Lake, he needs to present, right? And then after you present, and I found out you the one, and we start dating with intention, dating on purpose, now I'm going to start working in that submission because
Ma'am.
I'm still getting to know you. I'm not going to encourage my daughter nor encourage my son. I have a 40-year-old son, y'all, a 36-year-old son, a 29-year-old son. I'm not encouraging them to, hey, demand submission when you first. That's not how that goes. She's still filling you out and you still filling her out. Man, a great, great, great panel tonight. God
Miss
bless you.
Pastor,
I'm
Miss
micing up.
Pastor, Miss
Hey,
Pastor,
Tony.
because I know they ready to cook real quick. I want to say to Miss Pastor, what you just said is another thing. Like, can you take it with me, Thanos? Can we take it with us? You said another great thing, right? I never, and gentlemen, tell me if you feel the same. I never, when I was dating, thought that on the first date, the second date, or whenever, when we were dating, ing, because that means there were other women I was dating, because I wasn't
Come on,
exclusively dating her yet, and I wasn't
come on,
committed to her yet. I
come on.
never expected when I was just dating and interviewing to think that she's supposed to submit. I watched how
Right,
she moved to see if she had submissive qualities. But if you
right.
submit to me that first time, that means excuse my language, Pastor, I know you of the word and know you well, but I'm in the street sometimes. If you submit to me the first time, then guess what? You'll submit to any nigga the first time. I'm not that special.
Now it's so tone, but do you not know most of your panels out here, particularly in the mornings and things of this nature, and even some people who've come through here feel the total opposite. But when I tell you what you just said is reality, it's grown, it's mature, and it is the way of female life and male life. At the end of the day, you don't submit to nothing until you search that thing out. Do your research. What if you submitting to a doggone, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm miking up. I'm landing.
Hey, Pastor. Hey, Tone. I'm gonna say
Yes,
this,
sir.
man. Please, y'all. I've been saying this all night long, but people thinking that I'm trying to take the quality of submission away from a woman. Just because a woman get with a man, that don't mean his covering is the covering that's for you. You do what? That's why I tell women when if a man looking for a submissive woman, you need to ask him, what does that look like? What does it look like? Because you don't know what you are entertaining. That's why you need him to articulate what his submission, his covering, his leadership, what does all of that look like? And if he can't tell you, then you might want to get from up under that covering that he finna blind you with. And if he
True.
can't, and if he can tell you, you need to ask him, well, why are you not with the very thing you can illustrate as if you never had it?
Message.
You never,
So,
you see what I'm saying?
so, so,
And see, that's why I said this on this panel. I said this on this panel. My wife don't, no, we, no. We ain't, even at the stage we at right now, there is no submission. You know why? Because there are things about this woman, even though we be having our ups and downs. I can't stand her, but I will tell bitch anyway. Yeah, even though even at this stage right now, she does not qualify to submit, and I do not qualify to receive that submission, because when you're talking about submission, we talk about every fabric, layer, being within being of this woman essence that a man has worked for and gained, and he'll never lose it. That's why when you receive a woman, you really need to understand what you really receiving. A lot of dudes think, oh, I put a ring on her finger, a house, a car, a this and that. She submitted. No, the hell she didn't. You just build a pathway that consists of materialistic stigmas. That's all you built. But when it comes to our women, we are talking about our women. If we are going to lead our women in the place of eternal bliss, we need to get our women to understand that it is us men who must lead. But the only way we can lead, we have to lead from within. We have to decide from within. We have to speak from within. We have to understand, acknowledge, and be from within. A lot of dudes are failing because they are not existing within the essence of them. That's what a woman came from. If she came from inside of you, that should let you know what's inside of you. You need to lead, speak, and conduct yourself from inside of you. If a woman who is the reason why came from a place, why are you abandoning it, feeling as if though the outside of you makes everything? That's a lie. Nothing you do, men, nothing we do is outwardly. It starts on the inside. Have you ever heard? Pastor could contest. Pastor can agree to this. Wasn't it the Messiah who said, "It's not what goes in a man that defiles him. It what comes out of him. It's on the inside.
And the
It's
Bible
in us."
and the Bible also says that man is joined with his wife and live with her according to wisdom and knowledge. So at the end of the day, this is what I've been saying the whole time. It starts with that man. That man got to show up right. That man got to be on a constantly growth journey. He got to be reading. He got to be around the right folks. He got to be in teaching. He got to be in spiritual counseling all the time to lead his family properly. It's an ongoing thing. It's a never he got it. He's never going to reach the pinnacle or the ceiling. He going to always be open to learn and to gain knowledge and surround himself by men of God that can help him to define what he needs to do in his own family, because he's being led and seeing his other men. Like if I'm rocking with Thanos, if I'm rocking with you, bro, at the end of the day, I'm around another man of the same mindset that we want to do the right things for our family. A man has to do it. So it starts with that man. A man has to position himself. He has to grow. He has to read. He got to turn the TV off. Be careful what you're taking in your body, all the smoking, all the drinking, because these are under the influence. That's why they say when they stop you, you are under the influence. And you can't be under the influence talking about something, I'm going to leave my family right. A man has to take a strong stance in what he's doing to grow. It never stops. So you can't keep vetting, telling these women what they should or shouldn't be doing, and whatever the case may be, when you yourself have to look in the mirror and step back and say, yo, what do I need to get better at when it comes to my family? Because my family needs on me. A man, even in his death, even when he puts in the ground, his family should still be able to go on and prosper due to his leadership,
Let
whether
me
he's
let me let me
there
jump
or
in
not.
here. Let me
Hold
jump in here
on.
because I know Cosmic Honey gonna get in. Let me just say this one thing
Okay.
to Pastor. All right. And so this is the last thing, and I know she got to get in. I know how I go in here.
Okay.
So, Pastor, I'm talking to you because I know you would know this old ancient Hebrew text. When the Bible, those who believe it and those that don't is fine, but people like to weaponize it. But for those who do believe it and understand it and can walk in it, Hebrew was the first language, and it's actually help meet instead of mate, what people are getting wrong. So when God gave us a help meet in the ancient text, Ezer Keniggo is actually what it is. And what
Mm-hmm.
that translates to is helper, not a servant. It's literally help me. I'm drowning. Help me.
Yep.
Help save me, help strengthen me, because even God Himself says, "The Lord is my easer." That is Psalms 33:20. So what that is God is the one that will help you. So He gave you a help me in a woman. So she does walk beside you. I ain't gonna make it church. I know Cosmic gonna make it hurt. Go ahead, Cosmic. I just wanted to say that with a pass in the
That's
room, just in
true.
case I got it wrong, she
That's
can get me
true.
back right.
That's true. That's very true. What
Well,
you just said.
just real quick. Who's that? Just real quick. Thank everybody that's here. Tap the screen. We love y'all. Gift the host. We're gonna let Cosmic speak. If anybody, I knew he was there. If anybody wants to come up, anybody got some smoke, anybody want to say anything, please request up. Understand that rotation is not disrespectful. If you are taken down, get right back in queue because you can come right back up. And so it's going to be Cosmic and then Zim Barbie raised her hand in the chat, and we will not talk when she's talking because she got like immunity up here. But go ahead, Cosmic.
How y'all
We love
doing?
melanin.
How y'all doing tonight?
This is so cute.
How you doing, man? How you doing? Morgan, rock
Good,
on,
good.
baby. How you
Blessings.
doing, girl?
That's good. That's good. I think that women are selectively cooperative because it's like you said, a woman is not going to generally operate in a space where she does not feel safe, or things in the vicinity don't appear attractive to her. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not on a physical level. That's just like on an introspective level, like their personality or the way they live or their hiding or whatever the case may be. Um, Yeah, that's all I had to say. I forgot all the other things I was going to say, but
That's fine. So we can all hang out for a little bit. If somebody's in the back, I will do a rotation. Zim Barbie, go ahead. And then after she speaks, it's back to open panel.
Wait, can I say something? Because I could drop after.
Oh, well, there's nobody waiting. So you don't have to
Yes.
go anywhere right now. Like if you, oh, oh my
Wait, say
God.
that again.
You don't have to drop
Got a
down right now.
rose.
Nobody's waiting in the back.
Somebody got
Okay,
a
okay. Then
rose,
let
brother.
Zen go. Because I look, okay, go ahead. Let Zen go.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Nobody's waiting right now.
Okay. I want to do a small experiment. Two small experiments real quick right here. If is that okay with you, Miss Melanie?
girl,
Okay, watch this. I want everybody to put the time that they see on their clock right now in the comments. Everybody put their time in the comments. Everybody, whatever your time zone, whatever it is, put in the comments real quick. Just put in the comments. All right. Now I have a quick question. Who's right?
Woo, mic drop. You are amazing.
Who's right? I see
Yeah,
7, 10, 10, 10, 1, 10, 11, 10, 12,
we
10.
all we
Who's
all are
right?
right. We all are right.
Hey, that
Absolutely.
was good.
Absolutely. So there's no such thing as right and wrong. We all live in a different season in time, just like we live in all different time zones. So just because one person's perspective works for them in their time zone doesn't mean they're wrong. That just means they have a different perspective because they live in a different space and time. So why are we trying to overshadow each other's mindset? And that's the lack of cooperativeness. We don't know how to cooperate with people because people at 110 is competing with people at 1210, is competing with people at 710, who's competing with people at 1010. We all are complaining about the type of time we on, but what we need to do is understand different time zones exist for a reason, and there's always a reason for their season. So why are you not willing to accept the fact that they're different than you because they look like you? That in itself is basic bigotry. That's
I
number one.
agree.
Number two. I got another experiment. You ready? Rakim,
Mhm.
you cammed up, so I need you to do this for everybody if you don't mind, brother. There are 5 parts to person's humanity. Mental, put a finger up for mental.
Emotional.
Spiritual, put a finger up. Emotional, put a finger up. Financial, put a finger up. And physical, the body, put a finger up. Watch this. Why would I take down a finger for each one I'm about to say? We're going to talk about submission. Why would I mentally put a finger down? Emotionally, spiritually, submit to something that only serves 20% of my humanity.
Wow.
You want me to shrink my humanity by 60% because you provide a physical and financial covering? What happened to you pray? What happened to you praying for me spiritually? Watch this. What happened to you praying for me spiritually and not praying on
Deal
me
break.
in any other kind of way? I need a man that's gonna pray for me and not a man who's gonna prey on me. So can you pray for me, or are you out here in the mix to prey on me? Number one. Number two, if I'm submitting 60% of my humanity to give you absolute autonomy over my intrinsic self, then what are you doing externally to validate me intrinsically to keep me fed? Because if you're my only source of food, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, then where else can I go get food from? I'm supposed to be able to go eat lasagna when I want to, or go eat a thought over here if I want to. But you're telling me because I have to submit to you, I can't go eat knowledge nowhere else? And then you wonder why. And then you wonder why the woman is weak. And you wonder why the woman cognitively is weak and her spirit of discernment and intuition doesn't land like it's supposed to as an asset in your life. So you want somebody who lives at 2/5 of a human because she looks good and she got herself together and maybe she's got a little emotional intelligence, but she's still 60% deficient. And you think she's supposed to feel safe with you because you got a physical protection and you provide provision? You got to understand submission comes at the cost of the person losing their humanity because they have to use your humanity to cover their humanity while living with you simultaneously. So stop expecting someone to drop their worth for you if you're not willing to cover the worth that they have. I land my plane. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. I'm gonna mute up, but if you need
Zen,
to talk to me,
Zen,
I understand.
Zen.
What?
Before Akeem goes, I'm gonna say this to you. Everything, all five that you named, right? All five that you named, I'm going to repeat them and tell you something that's beautiful: mental, emotional, financial, physical, spiritual. When I tell you I had mental fortitude, my emotion was shut off. Financial has always been good, physical and spiritual, but the emotion was shut off. If I didn't have grace from my woman, who has all five of these at an excellent level, if I didn't receive grace from my woman, I wouldn't be the whole man that's able to talk to you now. So that's what men got to understand too. While we bitch and complain about what women don't do for us, you need to recognize what they do for us.
Okay. So we're gonna let the kitchen speak and then Rakeem. Every time a new voice comes, the open panel is shut down until the new person speaks. Go ahead, the kitchen.
Doing this evening. What's going on, host? Listen, oh my God. Listen, I guess at the end of the day, everyone is just basically saying that you need Jesus, you need God, you need a foundation and something to stand on because it seems like without a foundation, with nothing to stand on, everybody's just running around rampant, doing what they're doing. And there's a lot of conflating going on between, good women, 304s, good men, trash men, terrible men. Um, One minute y'all saying that the women are these strong individuals that support and help, and the next minute you're saying that they're not complete and that they dimming down their lights in order to be able to be a part of your program and your plan and all of your on and on and on and on and on. There's a lot of double talking going on. At the end of the day, it's very simple. Back in the days, we know that people try to say it's a white man religion, yada, 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 yada. But crime rate was low, violence was low, infidelity was low, people stuck together more, people respected each other more, people dressed more presentable, people honored each other more, people stood on business more, families was buying houses and buying land and property more. It was a lot more going on. So at the end of the day, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it. At the end of the day, you have to have a foundation. And if you're going to have a foundation, that's what you got to stand on. That foundation got to be what people say you stand on, which is the cornerstone, which that the builders rejected, which was Jesus Christ, right? If we just want to get technical and get cut through all the red tape and all the smoke, And then from there, some people say, well, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this. Well, you believe in something. And at the end of the day, what you believe in obviously ain't working because you still going through what you're going through. You still having your troubles. You still having your anxiety, your insecurities, your failures, your infidelity, whatever you got going on in your own personal life. One thing about this whole conversation is accountability. You have to be accountable. You can't exclude someone and say, well, if men do this or if women do this. No, you accountable for your actions. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Regardless, once we got to the age that we know stealing is wrong, lying is wrong, infidelity is wrong, impurity thoughts and all that kind of stuff, violence is wrong. You know that. Now, do you have the understanding, meaning that you understand why it's wrong? Meaning, like, the speed limit is 75 miles an hour going down the road, right? You go down the road, you do 78 or you do 90, and then you get into a car accident. Do you understand why it was the reason why the speed limit was set at 75? It's to protect you if you lose control and you can't correct the vehicle in time. You got cause harm or damage to vehicle, property, or said person. At the end of the day, it's laws and things in place for a reason. It's balance and checks for a reason. It's morality and morals for a reason. And people try to run from that and try to make it seem like it's all about the other person. No, it's you. Everything. You're your biggest enemy. It's the inner me that's the enemy. It's me. It's nobody else's fault. If I'm faithful, I'm faithful. If I'm loyal, I'm loyal. If I'm submissive, I'm submissive. If I'm kind, I'm kind. If I'm passionate, I'm passionate. But it's nobody else's fault if I become masculine or feminine. No, it's me. And everyone is an actor. We're all actors. The question is your role believable? And most people roles are not believable because you're fake, or you're a liar, or you're deceptive, or you're trying to manipulate, or you're trying to deceive someone. And we all have these problems, and we're trying to work on those things. But to put it on somebody else and say, well, it's this person, if this person step up to the plate, or this person be more submissive, and no, 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 no. Husband, wives, submit to your husband. Husband, submit to your wives. We submit to Christ, and we submit to God. It's simple. It's not rocket science. It's not this. You have to be an engineer to figure it out. It's simple. Be humble and accept the fact that, hey, it is me. I am the problem. Let me work on me. And maybe at that time, when I'm humble enough, I'll meet someone that's also humble and be able to accept that we could work together to build something to grow old and die at the end of the day. And hopefully we make it to the heaven, or wherever else going on after this earth that we live in. All this other stuff, yeah, you got to be submissive, and you got 60%, and you got 30%, and you got 20%, and no, stop. Let's stop with all that. You either hold or you incomplete, and you need to get to the point of being whole. But if you're not ready to be in a relationship, don't be in a relationship. It's simple. But you still know right from wrong. You know you shouldn't be chasing out the other men, chasing out the other women. Like it is what it is. You know you need to be paying them bills. You ain't paying them bills. You know you're supposed to be respectful to your woman. You know you're not supposed to be knocking her head between the washer and the dryer. Like it's simple. And all this other stuff is just add-ons to make excuses and justifications and traumas and past abuse. No, you still know right from wrong. That's why you'll be held accountable for your actions. That's why he gave us free will. And if people get to the meat and potatoes of it, I'm for land right here. If people get to the meat and potatoes of it, they'll simply say, you know what? It ain't that person's fault. It's my fault. Man or woman. Simple. I land on that.
Okay. Kanai, you can speak, and then it's back to open panel. And let's snatch. Did you want to after Kanai? Because you've been up already. So did you want to have a moment after Kanai, or is open panel?
No, I just was, gonna say thank you, Zen Barbie, for coming through. Like I said in the comments, it was an honor and a privilege to watch you work. I ain't never heard men so quiet. She came up here and Kentucky Fried roasted and seasoned, and I loved every moment of it. Go ahead, Kana.
Her bar is looking a little funny. Kanai, you there? She might be having a connection issue. How we doing on time, host?
What did I miss? I missed everything. Come on, let's come on.
I
We
think
lit.
Rakim got to get in there. He been patient.
Oh, I'm sorry. You right. I'm sorry. I yield. Go ahead, Rakeem. I'm sorry.
I could go though. I mean, I'll wait. Cause she ain't went yet, right?
Her connection might be bad. She only got one bar.
Okay, so I hit it up. So my main point is even if a female is selective and cooperative, whatever, she's still gonna be naturally submissive. So either which way you want to work your way around it, you're still gonna be naturally submissive to a man that fits you, that spiritually fits you. Regardless of how she want to look at it or whoever want to look at it, you're still gonna be submissive. If everybody watch a movie Avatar, the man Jake, he worked his way up to be submissive to, well, for the lady to submit to him. That was a beautiful movie to show that a spiritual bond. Ladies does not just submit to anybody. And that was a perfect movie for if everybody had a chance to watch Avatar. He worked his way up to his manhood, to his leadership role that he played, and she submitted to him. So either which way, if a woman want to be selective to which other man she want to do it, she's still gonna be naturally submissive. And I think that's where people actually need to direct when they have different debates. They have to direct their conversation towards the debate. But it's not really a debate because I like this because no answer is right or wrong. It's how everybody view their viewpoints. But I perfectly think that it's naturally submissive. Yes, a female is naturally submissive. I don't care what they want to say or who want to say it. They just have to take accountability in who they submit to for not eyeing that person down the right way and dating. Right now in societies, nobody is really dating the way they're really supposed to. And like everyone's, I mean, like Zen said too, a lot of females is not brought up from a respectful man, so they could actually see who to actually pick and lead them into spirituality, into the Lord, and for a covering. So that's why I really believe in women are naturally submissive, regardless of the situation. They just have to be accountable and actually learn who to actually submit to that is going to actually direct them because everybody have their own individual way of living and lifestyle, and that's another thing too. But if you want to be a wife, if you really want to be a wife, you want to stand next to your husband, you actually have to learn who is a husband, who is a leader. And I really truly believe that too. So you could put me down. I'm so happy to be on tonight. And I closed last night too. I won't mind closing tonight. What we going till 1 o'clock?
Can I?
Yeah,
Can I?
nobody's waiting, so you don't have to go anywhere. But if a man comes, because I'm trying to keep it balanced for girls for a man, so I know that you're available if a man is in the back. We're gonna let Terrell, and then I'm not sure what's going on tonight, but Terrell, go
Be
ahead
speaking
and
for a
we can
minute.
open the panel up.
So, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing? So, um, I heard a lot of stuff about submission, and I didn't hear the whole conversation. I wasn't here for most of the conversation, so I don't know if I'm repeating something or I don't know if I'm mishearing something. But to me, it seems like there was like I guess, an argument against submission, and everybody has their own way, and we all put the time on the thing, and because we put the time on the thing, who's right and this, that, and the third. Let me say this: when it comes to the Most High, His word exceeds and supersedes time. His word supersedes all things, and if He says submit, then we submit. And it's not just for a woman. Submission is for all of us. And I think when we have this conversation about submission, a lot of times we make it about women submitting to a man only and not understanding that submission comes from the top first. The order of things is the most high first. And then it's his son, and then it's the man, the husband, and then it's the wife, and so on and so forth. So at that point, since we're talking about order, if that husband is not submitted to the Most High, then the whole house is out of order. And then nowadays, since a woman can actually choose who she marries, then the question becomes, why do you decide to put yourself under the tutelage and the authority of a man that don't know the Most High? Because at the end of the day, that's who we ultimately are submitting to. When they was at the mountain at Mount Sinai, and it was fire and clouds and thunder, and they were so scared. They was like, "Look, Moses, you talk to us, because if he keep talking to us, we gonna die, right?" So, oh yeah, we gonna be unalive. So if that's the situation, then right there's an established order being put in place. I'm gonna send my messenger to give you guys a message, and I want you to obey it because I put my stamp on this individual. So if the husband is standing as that messenger, that ambassador for the Most High, then the household should run in perfect order under the Most High. But then now that the a woman can choose who she marries, then it's on her, because we don't have the perfect structure. Biblically speaking, a woman would have been under somebody's authority her entire life, her father, and then when she get married, her husband. So even when she's married, the father would have to give her hand in marriage. But since now it's kind of not like that, then it's up to the woman to make sure she's choosing a man of value. And this is why I always say we got to stop just making a man's value be solely about what's in his pockets. Because what about his character? At the end of the day, that's what really matters. Because if his character is on point and if he's moving the right way, everything else is going to come into place. Because the scriptures say that it's the Most High who give us the power to get wealth. So all of that stuff, he never leaves. I never seen the righteous begging bread, I never seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. If you're doing what's right by the Most High, you're gonna have what you need at the end of the day, and you're gonna have in abundance. So the point is that when we submit, you're not giving away your anything if you submitting within the order. So that's the main thing. The main thing is to make sure that your household is submitted within the order of the Most High. And because everyone has the right to choose who they deal with, you got to make sure you put the time in to make sure this individual actually fears the Most High, especially for the women who's choosing a man to be under his authority and choosing to submit to him. That man needs to be submitted to the Most High. It's not just about the woman. That man needs to be submitted. So I'm just saying, that's the order of things. That's how it goes. And, time doesn't affect the Most High. One day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day to the Most High. So his word is timeless. And I'll just land right there.
What you said about the order of structure, Terrell, and I totally agree with you on that. But I think that when we think about submission too, and I'm sure somebody has said this, but when we think about submission, um, I think of it as respect, right? On both ends, both a woman and a man, respecting each other, good, bad, or indifferent. I respect you to be quiet when you speak so that I can hear your thoughts and you can get mine. That I'm gonna respect your judgment. Not every time but that if I do have a problem or something, that I will be heard in return. You get what I'm saying? I think of that as submission when it comes to a relationship, and I agree with you. I think that people, when they think of submission, they think of it as a man just being overbearing on a woman, or they have this negative projected because of the things that they've heard on social media, and that's not what submission is at all.
I agree with
In the
Snatch.
response to you real quick, and I'm gonna let somebody else go, just to respond to you real quick.
Okay,
Um,
because Goddess is new. She has to speak. Go ahead.
I got you. I promise I'm not gonna make this long. I agree, and I think a man would be a fool to obtain a wife, which is a gift from the Most High, right? A man who a man who gets a wife finds a good thing. It's come from the Most High. So if he has a wife, it would be foolish for him to not consider what she has to say when he makes certain decisions and when he's moving in certain ways. He should consult with his wife, because what is she there for? She's there to be a help. She's there to be an aid to you. So her input is important. That's why the Most High gave her to you. So it would be foolish for a man not to do that. And it is a level of respect because again, you're looking at this like this is the daughter of the Most High. So I not only do I honor you as my wife, but I honor and respect you, and I'm afraid to mistreat you because you are the daughter of the Most High, and He don't play about His children. So I absolutely agree, and right, submission is not a negative thing. Submission is only negative when you choose to submit under the adversary's order instead of the Most High's order.
Goddess, you have the floor.
I just want to ask one question. Why is there a need for control if it's natural? Like a woman naturally submits.
Asking anyone? Or are you asking a
Well,
specific person?
Anyone, just
well,
anyone.
the
Not
When,
not
definite
when
like
did when did
the
when did
definite. Can
anyone
I
when
speak?
hold
I've
on
been actually
Cosmic.
waiting to speak since literally Zen left,
But Cosmic, I understand that you've been waiting to speak, but she asked a specific question. You
and
understand? I think
I'm about to answer it. She asked it to anybody.
oh, I thought I was speaking first, but I'll submit to you.
The definition of submission is literally accepting or yielding to a superior or authoritative figure or entity. So it's not a form of control. You simply yield. To yield, you have to yield. You have to get submission is something that is given. It's not a form of. It's not necessarily a form of control. I think people view it as that. They put a negative connotation on it.
Goddess, were you done with your turn? Because if so, it's open panel.
no, I'm done. I just wanted to ask that because I'm like, okay, if a woman naturally submits to a man, why is
Hmm.
it so much of like controlling someone's? I
So,
do believe in
can
free
I?
will
Is there a
and
way I would like
like
to answer tarot without having to submit 3 times in a row?
Yeah, now whoever could
mm,
go, but I want to answer
Okay.
to
I'm
you.
done. I'm done,
All
y'all. I
right.
just
So,
wanted to
Goddess,
ask
I
that.
want to ask you a question over your question. I hate when people do that. So, if you don't want to, I understand. Um, what is control to you?
Basically, interfering with someone's free will.
Okay. So, what is a relationship to you?
Oh my goodness, we getting personal here.
No, we're getting defined over here. You don't have to tell me exactly if you're in one or not. I want to understand
um,
how you understand
how I
definitions.
view a relationship. Um, I just view relationships as basically bonds, formed with someone or contracts,
Contracts. So, with a contract, there's a negotiation and agreeable terms.
basically.
So, there
Soul
has to be a lot.
contracts. I believe in soul contracts. I'm more of a spiritual on the spiritual aspect of it.
Do you have words in your soul contracts, or you just go with the flow?
Um, I don't really go with the flow. I
So
do go with the
you
flow, but I
communicate,
really
right?
don't. No, I'm kind of like I flow, but also I'm analytical. I have to, where I have to know where I'm being led to.
So you have to know where you're being led. So you have to release and relinquish some type of control to trust, right?
Okay.
Have
Okay.
a good night, goddess.
No. Why do I have to have it? Oh, you cut. You done.
What do I have to do when you just showed that you know how to submit and you understand what it is to relinquish control? When you said someone has to lead me, you know what it is. You just didn't want to say it tonight, goddess.
Okay.
Isn't it beautiful?
Good night.
Thank you.
Right,
No, no, don't leave. I'm just done speaking because I think you didn't understand that you were already doing it.
right. And that's what I was gonna say. I don't think we naturally submit because we all have to again we all have to submit to something, man or woman. Why do you think we have a police force? Why do you think we have laws? Why do you think we have rules and regulations to everything? Even the individual house, there's certain people, you go in their house, they want you to take your shoes off at the door, right? That's a form of submission. When you listen to the rules of the house, it's called submission. You submitting to those rules of the house. So I don't think we naturally do that. When you're a child, you don't have that. You need discipline. This is what discipline is about. So And when it comes to the Most High, it's all about discipline. Everything is about discipline. So I don't believe submission comes naturally. I believe that we have to be taught. That's why we have parents that was entrusted to teach us the ways of the Most High and the way to be disciplined in His Word. That's what I believe that is. So submission is the entirety of life. You're learning how to submit all your life, men and women. You're learning how to do that, and I do feel like because of that, we should leave room forever because we're not perfect. Is it certain things that we shouldn't tolerate? Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that you should just cut them off at the first mistake because what if the Most High did that to us? What if we made a mistake and He decided to take our life away from us? So it's a level of patience that go into that too, which is also another aspect of leadership because you're patient with your child, right? When you tell your child, don't put your finger here, don't do this, don't do that, they ain't gonna listen the first 1,000 times you say it, right? So this is what this is what we're doing. We're being learned. We're being taught how to discipline ourselves, and submission is a form of discipline. That's just all it is. So no, it doesn't come natural to us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Terrell. Look at you on fire tonight, Terrell. Go ahead.
Well, Tara, I could rebuttal that in a way. Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna let you have that moment because I'm always stopping you. So go ahead, you have that.
But naturally, you will still submit. It don't matter if even if you taught. If you go in the lion kingdom, if the bigger lion say, "Yo, bow down," you're gonna bow down. He don't got to teach you. When his presence appears, you will move. You don't have to be taught. I mean, don't get me wrong. Paul just actually, he didn't say teacher. She already had it in her. Goddess already had that in her. He just bring it out as a king as he is as a man. That's all he did. She have it in her. She already have it in her. Paul
But
just brought it out.
so is that not teaching if he brought it out?
No, he didn't teach her. It was natural. He
Can't
just
have it
brought
back.
it out of her.
Y'all gonna let me
Can't have
respond
it
to
back
him?
and forth. Hold on.
All right.
Can I
You
get
can't
in?
respond yet. He always ends up talking when somebody new is up. So I didn't want to interrupt him this time. But Terry, and then we're back to open panel.
I feel like this. I've been married 20 years. And you know what turned my life around? When God gave me that beautiful queen. When God gave me that beautiful queen, I changed everything because I wasn't listening. And then when I started listening, guess what? I got the beautiful household that it is because God got a whole lot to do with it. Sometimes as man, we have to be broke down to order for the woman to get the good stuff out of us. That's the whole part of being with God and grace. And we never get broke down. How we gonna do something that's crazy? So by having my woman 20 years, she submit to me just like I submit to her. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I hate and by being a man, we hate that we have to be wrong because we think that woman gonna win. Now I just say, okay, babe, no problem. Because God is good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Terrell, speak on that. What you just put in the comment.
I like to hear this myself.
Terrell, you there?
So what did I just write up there? All right.
Some
So
good stuff.
What happened, Terry? Were
okay,
you done?
No,
obedience.
no, I'm
Oh,
listening
I'm
to
sorry.
Terrell
Go
because
ahead.
he preaching something I
Okay.
need to learn.
Okay.
No, but no. What I was saying was what he just said. Right. A lot of these words are synonymous with each other. Right. So he said, when I start listening, what does that actually mean? When I start listening, that means he stopped doing things his own way. He decided to listen and he decided to act on what he was hearing, aka yielding, which is part of the definition of submitting. So again, everything we're doing, everything that we learn is a form of discipline, which is a form of submitting. When we know that there's certain things that work and certain things that don't work, and we decide to say, okay, I'm gonna do what works for me, right? We've learned something and we've gained a discipline in that, right? When you start realizing that when you do what's right, when you do what the Most High tells you to do, even though it might come with some trials, it might come with some things, but you see it all the way through and you come out, right? Now you learn, oh wow, I can go through this adversity and he gonna carry me through it,
right? So, and what I'm saying is, all of these concepts we talk about, that's really biblical concepts. It's all a message. It's all something. It's all to teach us something. It all falls into one. Everything we're doing is submitted, and that's for men and women.
Panel.
Rakim, Tone, do you agree or disagree?
Man, I've been hearing so many words, man. I know what I said, and I stand on whatever I said. Um, it's I look at it like this, right? Um, we all submit to something, and then everybody like the easy route and say the highest power. But if you take 1991 Mike Tyson, put him in a room in an argument with any other man, ain't no man gonna argue with that man. They gonna submit, shut their ass up, and come brag and say, "Man, I wasn't dumb." All right. So we all submit to something, and even when the exercise that me and Sister God has had. Sometimes you need a little guidance because I agree with Rakim, that was already in there. I didn't guide her any. I mean, I didn't say anything to her. I just asked questions. I had her answer questions that at first she was going to shy away from, but I asked her again just to understand her definitions. And based upon her own definitions, I was able to ask another question that she already knew. So sometimes we already know how to submit. We just, as we've said here many times tonight, we may not be in front of the right presence. And like so, sometimes when the wrong leadership is in front of you, you will reject it because if you go spiritual, if you go deeper, or you go common sense, you're going to naturally reject it. So you're going to rebel. But when you find the right authority, whether that's
Yeah.
someone that is kind and loving and speaks your language, sometimes that could be physical, or sometimes that could just be right alignment. You'll naturally
Yeah.
submit. It's not rocket science. She's submitting now. Did y'all hear her?
Yeah, oh my
Because
God.
because
No,
of
I
I'm not
agree.
lying, God. Am I lying, Goddess? Lying.
You
Hey, Goddess, am I
not. You
lying?
not. I only would say like why men try so hard to, force. Like I feel like only weaker
Yeah.
people.
There you go.
Only
So let
they
me
they
ask you
they try
this.
to force someone to submit when it's natural.
Let me
It
ask you a
makes no
question.
sense to me.
Because you said a great word when you came up here. You said control. If I was with you, do you think I would have to control you?
Not at all.
I would just say what I need, and if you agree, you agree. If you're not, not. I don't think it would be rocket science for a young lady
Stop
Yeah.
like
using
you.
that sexy tone on the girls up here.
This is my natural tone. I can't change it.
Okay.
This is who I am. I can't change it.
I'm like, he
See, people
wooing shit up
sometimes.
here.
No, this is how I talk. Like, it's people that know me in the chat. This is how I talk. So what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be rocket science when you're dealing with a partner
Yeah.
that understands how you communicate. And
When you're in
everybody
the
doesn't
right
communicate the
presence,
same. There you go. When you're in the
as
right
you
presence with the right,
said, it's
there
not
you
that
go.
hard.
There you go. So that's it. I mean, that's all I want to add to it.
But and then the thing is in life, doing the right thing is the hardest thing to do. This is why this is a conversation because doing the right thing is the hardest thing to do. A lot of us know what's the right thing to do, or we could actually project and see the future of what something could behold. But not just females, but both parties, we choose what we just or say what I'm gonna say is our flesh is craving for. And it only lasts for a minute, maybe for a week, maybe for a couple months. But that is a real reason why we having this debate. Because the easiest thing in life to do is to choose wrong because our flesh crave for the wrong. And the hardest thing to do is do the right thing because a lot of us could project and say, man, if this person could do this and say this, and his actions is behind his words, or her actions are behind her words, and or this person could see me doing this and giving me the energy that I need to proceed in life, why not take a chance? But this is why I was saying in the beginning, we need to take accountability for the losses that we take. No one needs to be easy or ease on us on our decisions while we know the right decisions to make. Because like Tone said, if someone like Mike Tyson comes in a room, and I'm talking about men, A group of men in a room, and he said, Mike Tyson come in the room, and in his glory days, you will not be not submissive to him. You will yield and say, yo, okay, you have the flow. So we do have it in us. It's just that we have different perspective because our flesh craves for something else. And two, the way how we was raised as well.
Hmm.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
We
land.
just
have
said,
we have
oh
a
my
new
God.
voice on panel. Emmanuel, go ahead. It's getting late, and my host is 2 hours ahead of me, so we're not gonna be here all night. But go ahead, Emmanuel.
Hey, good morning to everybody. Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Good night.
Blessings,
Hello.
blessings. Good night, good night.
So yeah, for me, I believe I can make a woman to be submissive. Yeah, in my own way.
Yours is here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's a two-way. You can a real man in the building will know if you take care of your woman, take care of your wife in bed, and take her shopping, man, it should be submissive. She will listen to you because you got to make the person to be who you want them to be. You don't have to force them. I met a girl in a club, and she became my real girl. She started cooking for me and everything. She called my mom Miss Rebecca, even though I met her in a club. So you got to make your wife to submit to you, but you don't have to oppose to her, telling her that like forcing her. You know, yeah. So there's a way to make a woman to submit to you. It's not in a hurry or way. It takes times. Take times. You got to spend that money too because you got to make the woman happy. To get her at home and take her shopping. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got to
E.
say.
So yeah, I believe you when you say it take time because as slow as you talk, it take a long time.
Wait.
I disagree with what you're saying, Emmanuel, because that's not what I call submission. That's just tricking. I mean, to me, you said because you bought her stuff, she came in and did, whatever you wanted to do. But where's the chemistry? Where's the connection? Where's the respect? When your money runs out, where is she gonna be? That's not submission. That's just tricking.
No, that's not what I mean. That's what I mean. It's not about spending the money, but you're trying to make this person to be who you want it to be, and the person is a whole and whole human being different from you. So, like I said, it takes time. But things we all do to call things we all do different to bring attention or to make somebody to make this person to have your attention or to have their attention. They are all in a different way. That's my way. But it's not just about spending the money, but the time being around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, around this person doing what you're doing. It
Can
might
I
be
ask a
different.
question, E?
Yeah.
So are you spending the money on the things that you just described because you like them, or are you spending the money to attract things that, can make it a little easy to play the game?
Yeah.
Keep it real with me now. Keep it real. Good morning. Good
Yeah.
morning. Come on.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, I
In a way,
agree.
what? If you say I asked two things, what you got?
Yeah. You said
Are you
to
doing it for
attract.
you, or are you doing it to pull the things? You know what I mean? You keep them honeys coming.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it to create awareness that hey, I'm in a building. You know.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How can you lead when you don't know who you are? Why would
What?
someone submit to you when you present no roadmap to the finish line? Because if you're buying things because it attracts, that means you're buying things that the next man has made flashy, and you're buying another man's dream, and you're buying another man's image and ideology and world. And because you saw another man win with that, when it doesn't work for you and you can't keep up with, even if you can afford it financially, when you can't keep up with the design, and the je ne sais quoi of what it really is, guess what's going to happen to your leadership? Do you want to know, E?
Yeah, go ahead.
The real leader's going to take something from
uh, let me come in a second. Do you
you. Yes, sir.
know? Yeah. Do you know if you want to talk to a child, like a little baby, before you get their attention, you get a candy, right?
No, I get them to say,
Yeah.
come here, child. I don't have to give
No,
child
no.
candy.
No. I said just an example. I'm coming in. So
That's your example that I will not agree with, by the way.
well, I just okay. Let me come in. Because either way, I had to say something.
Yes, sir. I agree.
So people are different. I can do things just exactly what what you do. But if you're around somebody who you just met and you're trying to introduce yourself and the person to know you, for you to
Hmm.
know this person, you got to make them to feel comfortable around you in different way.
Yes, sir. So
So
how do
that's
you
what
make
I'm
someone
trying to
feel
say.
comfortable other than saying, hello, my name is Tony Guru. Nice to meet you. How do you
That's not
do
my
that?
that's not my way.
You
My
got to show
way,
them. You got to show them Ferrari keys.
yeah, my way is that, like I
Mm.
say,
You live in DR, don't you?
say
You from the DR?
no,
Where you from?
I'm from Africa, man.
Much love to the
Now,
motherland.
That
just a
explains.
quick, just a quick interjection. We will be ending in 6 minutes, just so everybody knows.
All
Start
right.
wrapping up good nights and your final moments, and tap the screen for the last few minutes. Continue, guys.
So I like what I'm hearing, right? Because I call this a new term, big play. It's a new one coming up, new term. This is called passive tricking. This is passive tricking because unfortunately, Mr. EG, you leading with your wallet and leading with your material is going to get you got. And I'm pretty sure you've been got before. And it's going to happen again. I promise
Yeah.
you. And I don't willpower. I wish it doesn't, but you're literally just set up here. And it's fine. This is a no judgment zone. I'm not judging you, bro. Listen, tricks are good for the ecosystem. You understand me? They make the world go round. So when you lead with things like that and they trick you out your bag, how do you deal with that?
Well, there's nobody perfect. I didn't expect everything to be, you know, just exact perfect. I expect positive, but whatever happened on the way, I accept it too. But like I say, as a man out here, you will not tell me that if you want a female to get to know you, and as a man out here on a social media, everything, you will not buy your girl hair or the shoe and surprise her, take her out, make her smile, make her feel comfortable. It's not about money, but everything out here turned out to be about money. That's all I'm trying to say. But I'm not the only one who have been, done before or in relationship. So for me, that's what I think will works. Whatever you do, if it works for you, that's you. So just how you know, it might not be perfect the way I said it, but yeah, it works for me.
On business, okay. Put them dollars up. I love it.
You still got to spend money anyway. So all right,
Brother. God bless you.
yeah, thank
All right,
thank you so
Melanie,
much.
you want to take us out? We got 4 minutes. We can go and start doing what
Uh,
we got to do so Play can get
I'm
his
about to
rest. Because
say real fast,
ladies,
y'all.
ladies, make sure y'all get in them DMs. He will give it up. He got you.
Oh,
He got you.
you ain't no good,
Sensational.
Tony.
I need
Wow.
14 of them. You got a
Real
picture
quick,
of
I just
below?
want to say I
Go
enjoyed the
ahead, Clay.
conversation, y'all. I followed some people on here, so that's it.
Okay, we appreciate it.
Y'all make sure y'all follow the host. Tap the screen while we go out. Make sure you hit the heart me and all of that good stuff. He's on tomorrow night from 5:30 p.m. at 5:30 p.m. and then again at 9:30 p.m. So make sure y'all come through to the Bigger Play podcast where we have the best conversations on TikTok.
Thank you, sister. Thank all y'all. Y'all already know
Thank
it.
you, Play. Thank
Appreciate
you
your
for having me,
tone.
brother. Thank you.
Rakim, I'll see y'all tomorrow if y'all tapped in. Mel, appreciate you. Snatch, appreciate y'all. Y'all already know. I'll be back tomorrow at 5:30.
Absolutely.